Good morning, Anambra, and we're delighted to have you here this morning. It's Monday, and the time is fast running, the 15th day.
Yeah, well, same thing when I actually told you when we actually started this year, the very first day in the month of January. I said before you know it, we're in December, and you can see April.
Honestly,
April is here. We're talking about Easter celebration. I can remember when we just talked about New Year and Christmas. So
right.
I like Christmas in next couple of months from now.
Next couple of months, very soon to be half the year, half of the year.
Soon.
All right, you're welcome, and it's time for us to bring you a newspaper review. All right, you're welcome. We have a guest seated already to help us analyze some of these issues we have in our national dailies. He is none other than a public affairs analyst, Ogo Ezono. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
How was your weekend?
Good. I thank God. That was great. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, let's run with the stories in ABS website. We have the first story there. Retired Justice Anibogo hands over chapel to All Saints Anglican Church, Nibo. NLC cautions federal government against removal of fuel subsidy. CBN assures of more interventions in critical sectors. Inspector declared wanted. 5 officers arrested for alleged killing of a woman. Let's begin with the first story. On a positive note there, retired Justice Anibogo hands over chapel to All Saints Anglican Church, Nibo.
Yeah, I think it's a thing of joy that somebody attains a level of achievement in life and then thinks of getting some monuments for his creator. So for the retired justice to hand over a chapel to his community is something to thank God for, and an example for people to copy and emulate.
All right. Now, NLC are cautioning federal government against removal of fuel subsidy.
Yeah, I think it's a thing of worry, actually, a thing of worry that instead of the federal government thinking of how to reduce the suffering of the people or the masses, they are now dreaming of removal of the fuel subsidy. Actually, we all know that when the subsidy is removed, it will have its attendant repercussions. You know, I would have wished that the next level in this second tenor would have been a period of laughter. But this could attract...
You know, but he actually said it, that the times will be tougher. You know...
he did say that when he won the election.
Yes, when he won the second tenure.
It's not going to be easy.
And it is something to clap for. It is something to clap for, you know. We are already in a global economic mess. For the father of a nation, instead of consoling his people, to tell them that they're going to suffer.
But you know, it all boils down to, you know, governance, as I see it, is not just one person. It all boils down to getting the right people on the table, you know, to reason, you know, if there are ways to ameliorate the sufferings of the masses.
Well, it's okay if that is the best. But then what I'm trying to say is that fuel subsidy removal may not be the first option. Okay? Why not talk of what can be done to employ these youths roaming the streets without employment? Why not talk of what to be done to help people go to the farm and at least feed themselves? When this fuel subsidy is removed and the price of fuel is increased, does it create room for clapping and jubilation? It's true that we need to work hard It's true that if you don't suffer, you may not get the best. Our people say that but this one.
Well, I feel there's a whole lot of things that need to be done first, because if truly the fuel subsidy is going to be removed, my first question is, how well are the refineries working? Because this is the thing. You're removing a fuel subsidy, your refinery is not working, you still have to go and refine fuel outside the country and ship them back to the country. And I don't know. So for me, I feel if they actually decide on removing fuel subsidy, then our refineries start working.
And again, you look at it this way, Nigerians, whenever there is increase in the prices of petroleum products,
that's right.
It was just that period, and after that, it seems we are relaxed. We get used to it, and then people that will increase it may likely do it over and over again, because according to them, you will also relax with it. Or what's your take?
Yeah. Well, such is nature. What you cannot help, you cannot kill yourself. But like you just rightly said. You see, the deceit by our people is so alarming. You may not like my remark that you see, when we now talk about filling stations in the state, particularly in Anambra State, Oka in particular, and when we see a place that can remove a kobo out of the prevailing price, one normally will go there. But then I was shocked to the marrow last week when I took my vehicle to a place that is called NNPC in Oka here. Okay? And I was going to I thought I was going to a safe ground. And I had a container that when I fill it up, it will not normally be more than 1,500. But I went to this place, 1,700, the Kajekan was not filled. And I had to be hot with the management. And I recovered that they knew what they were doing. And people were going there because the selling pump price was 143. But I saw that the price actually, if you get the measurement, was more than 145, what was prevalent in other stations. You see, so it's crazy. It's crazy. And you can now see that even when we normally will get used to the prices, what are the mentality of people who will even increase more than the recent price? It's a terrible thing,
may God really help us in this case.
Yes.
Actually.
It's
All right, moving on. Let's see. CBN assures of more interventions in critical sectors. I don't know if they will also intervene in the fuel subsidy issues or whatever.
As a matter of fact, what would prefer them to start with that? It calls for that. Because if this fuel subsidy is removed, we know that transportation fare will rise. The cost of food will rise. Everything will rise.
But my question still, remains. Why do we even have to sell fuel above 50 naira a liter in this country? No, it sounds funny, right? No, but why? The question is why?
Yes.
Because we keep going to borrow money.
Yes.
We say Nigeria has money.
Yes.
We sell this, oil, the so-called oil sector everybody's wanting to go into.
Yes.
What can we even do? Because the truth is, when you go to some countries, why the fuel is very cheap in the countries, because they have it, they refine it, they run this thing in their country.
That's
and you find out that a liter of fuel at the end of the day may not even go for more than 30, 40 naira in their own currency.
That is
so what exactly is the big problem? Why can it work? Why can't it work in Nigeria?
The answer is simple. I do not know the percentage of patriotic citizens we have in Nigeria. Patriotism is the thing, and lack of it is the answer. But then let's think about another area today. Assuming the federal government decides to remove subsidy, totally or partially, they say that when things are hard or when things are tough people will also be tougher than the toughness of the world.
Yeah.
There are countries just over there, Cameroon and other places, where these things we waste, these vegetables we waste, they have a way of converting vegetable, organic things into fuel. Why can't we do the same? And have alternative? This solar energy, why can't we mass educate our people and get something like that?
All right, I think we have someone has joined us. Hello, good morning. Good morning. You're on holiday. How are you? Good morning. What's your name? All right, please, in case you want to join this conversation, call us with the numbers on your screen, tell us your name and where you're calling from, and go straight to the point. All right, let's show on the next story we have here. Inspector declared wanted, 5 officers arrested for alleged killing of a woman. Let's see who is here before we look into that story. Hello, good morning.
I think the same people.
All right, let's see. An inspector declared wanted.
Yeah.
5 officers. These are security personnel.
Yeah.
What do we say?
It's not something to be happy over. One inspector could be inspector of police, I guess, to be declared missing.
Wanted.
It's an
inspector.
Okay. That's right. He's wanted. Maybe in link with the women.
Yeah, the arrest. The alleged killing of a woman.
That's right.
But I don't know if you followed lately. Now it's the police brutality.
Yes.
On humans. I mean, on human beings. In this part of the country is something else. If you're following the internet of lately.
Let me tell you, I was a victim during this election that just passed by. I was involved in the election, and I saw this police on patrol, and as a person who is enlightened, I had to park. I parked for them to pass by, and then there was a vehicle on the opposite the side I was parking, just far away. And then the police bus attempt to avoid that one. Went to where I was parking and hit my vehicle. Do you know what these people did? They left their van and came to me and said, "Come down. Come down." They had to bully this man and force me into their vehicle. And I kept quiet until they reached Nobi police station, where I dealt with the DPO. And when the DPO saw the anger in me and the steps I would have taken, the DPO of Nobi, apologized. If not, I would have dealt with them severely.
All right, I think we'll still get back.
The police are getting out of hand, and one has to be. The government has to take them seriously.
All right, we'll have to get back to that story, but that will be after we've gone for this very short break to bring you some messages. We'll be back. Please don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Life evolves. You should too. 3G is great. 4G is better. Buy an Airtel SIM to enjoy double data on Nigeria's widest 4G network.
All right, welcome back, and we're back to the story of the security that are supposed to declare others wanted. Now they are being declared wanted. So let's see, your take on that.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that the police should be a protector of life. A situation whereby the person who is supposed to protect life is killing life. It's a dangerous thing.
Okay, and then I want to also ask, are there no laws? Because recently there was this case in Lagos where people were watching football match, and I don't know if the police, it was even a SAS, officers, as the report, gave. I don't know if he was happy or what, shot. He said he shot in the air. A straight bullet killed the only child of the parents. And the case was actually presented in court or whatever. And the SAS man was found not guilty.
Well, because they can call it accidental discharge.
I don't understand.
It was not a targeted shooting.
But what is it shooting up? What is it shooting up for where people are watching? Like, is it that they just go and shoot?
It's a rascality at a dangerous point. Rascality.
All right,
A person who handles gun should have rules, and abuse of such rules should incriminate that person. That's
all right, let's move to the first paper for the day, the Punch newspapers, and see stories making the headlines there.
All right, the big story in the Punch newspapers this morning: 8.7 trillion naira pension fund. PenCom bars PFAs from investing in bonds issued by 9 states. All on top of that story, Nigeria's daily petrol supply now 56 million liters, PPPRA. Zamfara airstrikes. We are compiling dead civilians' names. Emirs reply NAF. Cultists on the rampage in Lagos. Behead 2, kill 3 others. Night NAS. Use 2011 rule book for voting. Enang tells lawmakers. Dukun Group blames Taraba killings on government inaction, impunity. Ambode's commissioner septuagenarian battle for choice land. Insecurity. YCE Ohaneze renewal calls for restructuring.
And the picture in front of the Punch newspapers, we all know that yesterday was Palm Sunday, and that heralded the Holy Week for Christians this week that will also, launch us into Easter celebrations.
Yeah, big story. 8.7 trillion naira pension fund. PenCom bans PFAs from investing in bonds issued by 9 states. Where do we go from here?
Well, it's something difficult to tackle. If one will remember that a person spends almost 70% of his life in civil service, and at the end of that, the piecemeal he's given goes with some stories.
Let's see who's here.
Let's see who's here. Hello, good morning.
Oh, the callers in there.
I think sometimes years back in Lagos, I saw the story on TV of a man who was in charge of the pension and, whatever, kept over 2 billion naira in cash in his house.
Look at that.
And time and time again, you get to see people, you get to see the old ones come to cry.
Yes.
You've not gotten these yet. How could people be that heartless?
Let's see who's here. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, speak. We're hearing you.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Hello, are you still there? Hello? Okay.
All right, please, in case you call us, just go straight to the point. Just tell us your name and where you are calling us from. All right,
let's quickly look at this. Away from that, no plan to remove fuel subsidy. Federal government insists. IMF advice on subsidy poisonous, says no Pengerson.
That should be good news to hear.
Okay.
If there are no plans to remove it, good news. And let them maintain it. And then try to monitor all the police stations.
But let's look at it. Remove or not removing. What's the best solution to this?
The best solution is domesticating that refinery you have said before. We had this, God has blessed Nigeria with fuel deposits, petroleum deposits. Why can't we try to resuscitate the refineries we have in Nigeria?
All right, let's see. Good morning. What's your name?
We
lost him. All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, why can't we resuscitate the ones we have here? Why must we depend on our raw materials being shipped out, refined, and brought back? It doesn't make sense. I think if money should be taken for anything, let them try to resuscitate the refineries in Nigeria. And when they do that, definitely the price must come down.
Think
of the money they use to export it and import and then sell.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location.
My name is Chino.
All right, Chino, so where are you calling us from? All right, let's quickly see this. Cultist on the rampage in Lagos beheads 2, kill 3 others.
Oh, God.
My brother.
I was on the internet yesterday.
My brother, Awolowo, when he thought he was safe in the election, and eventually he lost the election, and pressmen came to ask him what he had to say about the verdict. He said, the lesson we have to learn from the declaration of the election was each one to himself, God for us all. In this same sense, the menace or cultists in this country have come to the stage of each one to himself, God for us all. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing that children go to school. Instead of learning things that will help them for life, they go to copy cultists.
All right. Okay.
It's not good. It's not fair enough. Let's pray that a situation will come when God in his infinite mercy, and I pray this season of Easter, he will change the minds of these people.
I'm telling you.
It is terrible.
And again, let's equally look at it from this angle.
Yeah.
The roles our parents used to play, is it the same today that we see our children? I know that growing up, my uncle will come out. I have a father, but my uncle will flog you.
Yes.
I don't know. These days, even the parents themselves, to discipline their children, because charity, they say, begins at home.
Yeah,
what do you think? Do you think our parents are really playing the roles they, we have areas of socialization from the family, we have the church, we have the school, all these areas. Are we actually doing what we are supposed to do in the lives of these young ones?
And the answer is that perhaps we are, but not to the best of expectation.
Best wasn't good enough.
Yes, the best not enough, And you see, children take people for models. And who they take as models, whether the model is positive or negative, they don't care. But they copy their model or their mentor. Okay? But some parents who are cultists themselves are copied by children. And we call cultists. Lecturers who are cultists themselves are copied by their students. So let God, in his infinite mercy, help us.
All right.
Each one to himself. God for us all.
All right. I think that's the much we can take on our newspaper review this morning. Sorry, press review this morning. And we would like to appreciate you so much, Sir Ogo Ezano, for making our time to review the papers for us. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more on Good Morning, Anambra.